Radio Raheem here at the top of the world with Manny Pacquiao at Venetian Towers. Manny, this is a regular part of your life now, signing gloves and staying on top. When you're headed back to Los Angeles for the end of this tour, how will you feel about beginning training for Chris Algieri?
I feel excited to get it back in training and focused for the fight this coming November 22nd.
You guys have been on this press tour now for over a week, almost two, and you seem to be getting along very well. Do you like Chris personally, and are you guys getting along for the press tour?
We respect each other. We don't talk. We don't use trash talk in our press tour. We know how to respect each other.
When you decided that Chris Algieri was going to be the guy, why did you pick him, knowing that there would be criticism from making him your opponent?
No, he's not easy opponent because he's taller. He's
entrance.
He's bigger than me, and also he's undefeated. So he's not.
What's this, the Plaza?
It's not that easy opponent that they are thinking.
There's a possibility, based on what Bob Arum said and Oscar De La Hoya said in the last couple of days, that we'll be able to bridge that gap during the Cold War. How do you feel about the prospect of fighting Danny Garcia next?
I don't care who's my opponent is. As long there's not a problem about the negotiation, about the promotion. So,
do you think he's a good fighter? That would be a good matchup for you?
I think so. I think so. I think that's one of the good opponent that I'm looking for in the future.
Your last training camp, you were fighting in Vegas, and you trained in Hollywood. Before that, you were in the Philippines in training and fighting in Macau, China. Which do you prefer? What's the better camp and fight location for you?
You mean the fight venue?
Right. Which one? Where do you like to fight best, Vegas or Macau?
I think it's the same. For me, it's better also to fight in Macau. And of course, Las Vegas is the center of boxing.
When you're training in the Philippines, do you feel like you have more focus there, or when you train at Wildcard in Hollywood?
The same. I can say the same.
Do you like having your family around you, Manny, when you're getting ready for a fight? When you're on the press tour, it's hard, being away from your family and whatnot. Is it better for you to have them around?
Yeah, that's right. It's better for me to have my family while I'm training. So it's good. It's good for me to train in the Philippines also.
Freddie feels like, Algieri might be your next knockout victim. You've won a dominating fight for the last several years, but you haven't been able to get that knockout. How important is it to you to get a knockout for the fans?
Every fight is important to me. If the knockout comes, will come, but I have focus on, focus to win the fight.
You said that Algieri is taller, and Freddie feels like you can, again, knock him out, and maybe that this is a fight that's setting you up for a different fight, another opponent. Do you see it that way? And if so, even though you say, you'll fight anybody, you've got to have preferences. Who would you like to fight?
After this fight, you
right.
mean? I don't know yet. I don't have idea. It depends of my promoter. I have promoter Bob Arum, so that's his job to get opponent for me.
And, you know, like I said, with Bob Arum, he's making some news along those lines with who you might fight. Being that we're in Las Vegas and there's Floyd Mayweather's event just down the road tonight, Bob Arum says that that's a very possible situation for 2015. Is that still a fight that you're interested in?
Well, that's an interesting fight also. But if he want to fight, but you know, it depends on him.
Have you guys had any talks about that in the last months at all? Has anyone brought it up to you?
No, no, I don't have a conversation with them for the last few months.
And lastly, Manny, what do you think will happen in that ring against Chris Algieri? He's a taller fighter. He is undefeated. He's very confident. But you're a major, major favorite. Let me know, prediction-wise, how you think this fight's going to go.
It's gonna be a good fight. I mean, I'm inspired because of a tallest opponent like him.
What I'm trying to get you to say is, you know, there's so much criticism about Algieri and whether or not he's good enough to fight you. Last question, just directly to the fans, tell them why they should be buying this pay-per-view and tuning in to Pacquiao Algieri from Macau on November 22nd.
They have to watch this fight, and because this fight is going to be a good fight and a lot of action, because Algieri, he said that he's throwing a lot of punches every round, at least a minimum of 100 punches every round.
Radio Raheem with Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao.